What's going on, guys? Daniel here again, and we are back with yet another video. Today we're going to be talking about lookup tables, also known as Luts, how to use them, and where you can find them for free. For those of you who don't know what a lookup table is, or a LUT, it is actually kind of like a filter you throw on your clip to change the color space and the data within your footage to get a new look. It doesn't exactly work like an Instagram filter, but the concept is similar. Essentially, you're just applying a pre-made look to a clip. Now, I don't know about you guys, but when I first started learning about LUTs, I downloaded a couple, threw it on my footage, and said, this looks like garbage. Now, there's a couple of reasons why this would be, and I'm sure a few of you guys can relate to this. So we're gonna be talking about that and how you can find LUTs that work for your footage. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Alright guys, so the first thing you're going to want to do is find a program that can support LUTs. So if you're like me and you're using Final Cut Pro 10, you can try LUT Utility, you can try Color Finale, or you can try MLUT. If you have Adobe Premiere, you can use Lumetri. I recommend that you try a few different trials until you decide on which one you like. Personally, I'm a big fan of Color Finale. It is a great plugin and I do all of my color grading in it. So here's the first place I go to get free LUTs, and I will be providing all of these websites in the description down below. It is colorgradingcentral.com. If you go ahead and click on the products menu and go to free gifts, it'll open this page, and all you have to do is hit the button Get Free Gifts, enter your name, and enter your email address. Hit the Join Now button. All you have to do is confirm your email, and within seconds you will receive another email containing 6 free gifts. Within these free gifts, you have the M31 LUT from Osiris and the Impulse Basic LUTs. The next place that you can get free LUTs is called lutify.me. If you scroll down to the bottom of their free LUTs page, all you have to do is enter your name and your email, and then hit the subscribe button. You will instantly receive an email with all of the download links to the free stuff. So go ahead and download those free 3D LUTs. Unzip your LUTs, and a folder will appear containing the 3D LUTs. You are going to want to open the folder that is intended for color grading, and in here you will see 2 folders. One says log and one says Rec 709. Unless you are shooting your videos in a log format, I would recommend that you go with the Rec 709 LUTs. And in this folder you will see a bunch of cube files. If you're using Color Finale, go ahead and launch your cube manager, and from here you're going to want to hit the plus button. Find the folder containing those Rec 709 LUTs and select all of them and hit open. What I like to do is make folders for all of my LUTs so I can stay organized. I'm going to call this one lutify.me. I'm going to select the LUTs I just downloaded and drag them into this folder, quit the LUT manager, quit Final Cut, and relaunch it. When you reopen Final Cut, you will notice in your LUT gallery you now have a new folder, and in here you can preview what these LUTs look like on your footage. I'm actually very impressed with these LUTs from lutify.me. I think they're outstanding, and each and every one of them looks great. Alright, so now I'm going to give you an example of what LUTs you can use and what LUTs you shouldn't use depending on your footage. So I don't shoot in a log picture profile. I use Cine 4 on my Sony a6300, which is why I like to use the Rec 709 LUTs and why I should avoid the log LUTs. So for example, if I go into my LUT gallery and go through my Fuji LUT pack, you will see that the Fuji 3513 LUT has 2 versions of it. We have the log version, and then we have the Rec 709 version. If I apply the log version to my clip, you'll see that there is way too much contrast and the clip looks terrible. This is because this shot right here is filmed in Cine 4 and not log, so I would definitely get better results if I used the Rec 709 version of the LUT. Again, here we have the Kodak 2393 log LUT, and then here we have the Kodak 2393 Rec 709 LUT. If we apply the log version, you can see that the contrast is way too high, and again the clip looks terrible. However, if we apply the Rec 709 version, it is actually not that bad. So right now I'm going to take you through my workflow for grading a couple of clips. It's not very often that I just apply a LUT and leave it at that. I usually do additional tweaking to my clip as well. So for this clip right here, I'm going to apply the Aspen Standard LUT. This is sort of my go-to LUT for my speaking clips because it's very neutral, but you get a lot of nice blue tones. After applying my LUT, I'll add some color wheels, drag it down below the LUT, maybe increase the exposure a little bit, and then I'll add a curves layer. In the curves layer, I like to add a little bit of a fade, bring down some contrast. From here, I would probably make a few more tweaks, but for now I'm just going to leave it at that. Here's what it looks like once we apply the LUT, and this is what it looks like after you adjust the color wheels and the curves. Here is the before and after. So again, for this clip right here, I'm going to open the LUT utility in Color Finale. I'm going to open the LUT gallery. I'm going to hit edit and then go to the folder with all the new LUTs I just downloaded. I'm going to scroll through and decide on a LUT that I think suits this clip. I'm going to try this one right here, and already I think that looks pretty good. So again, we've adjusted the curves a little to give it a little bit of a fade, and on this clip I don't think there's any need to adjust the color wheels, and I'm going to leave it at that for this clip. Alright guys, that's it for today's video. I hope you found this helpful. If you still have any questions, please leave them down below and I will try my best to answer. If you liked the video, please hit it with a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. And if there's any videos you want me to make, please leave your ideas down below. I would love to hear them. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace!